Welcome to Storytime at the Rubus, a weekly podcast about the Bonnaroo Music and Arts Festival. I'm your host, Sharla.
What's up, everybody? It's Daniel. So, I'm going to start the episode by being transparent with you. We thought about skipping this week, but I was going running today, and it suddenly dawned on me that I have a handful of audio files that I recorded from the farm back in June that I just haven't had the heart to use to this point. You know, I think we're far enough away from what happened that I'm able to look at things more positively. And I'm like, yeah, you know what? I do want to put this on the show. So we got a little bit for you today from my side, and we're going to do your side next week, right?
Right. I think I have a couple of audio files as well.
Yeah. How many did you get? I got like 3 or 4 good ones.
I don't know. I'd have to go back and look. I know I have a couple of good ones at least.
Yeah. So this week, you're going to hear part 1. You're going to hear a couple of interviews with people that you know, people that have been on the show before, and maybe somebody that you haven't heard from before. And then next week, we'll do part 2 with whatever Sharla has. I've never heard it. I guess I'll hear it for the first time when I'm editing it,
I've
right?
never heard yours either, so.
Oh, okay. Well.
I did hear part of one.
Okay, you want to give us a spoiler and tell me which one?
No.
No? Mm-mm. Okay, well, you'll have to tell me when we're not recording later, I suppose. But yeah, we have been kind of considering doing, every other week because we're kind of in the dead season right now, right?
Right. There hasn't been, really a lot of talk about Bonnaroo going on lately just because we are in that kind of lull season. We're nearing the end of festival season. It's not the end, whatsoever, but we are just coming to the end of summer, kind of wrapping things up a little bit. On the Bonnaroo Reddit, we're not really seeing a lot of chatter right now. On the Live Nation Discord, which is Festiverse, there's not a lot of chatter on the Bonnaroo channels on there right now.
I'm kind of surprised that CB radio channel on the Festiverse Discord has been kind of dead the past couple of days. Mm-hmm. Usually it's hopping with a lot of tea and everything from you-know-who. And shout out to the What Podcast. They had Brad and Corey on this past week. Glad to hear a lot of news from them. 26 is shaping up to be really good. One thing that we did this week was put this sticky thread on the Bonnaroo Reddit. And by the way, full disclosure, Sharla has brought me on as a part-time mod on the Bonnaroo Reddit. I'm not going to be one of these guys that's going to be like dipping in, delete and post or whatever the heck you guys do, or like saying, you can't talk about that. I'm sorry. I'm just like digging into conspiracy theories. But what I'm really doing is coming in about once a week and doing these sticky discussion threads to just kind of keep the community going. We've done a couple other things like plug your local artists. I love hearing, up-and-coming bands from your town. This week, we're doing one where we're kind of kicking off rumor season by asking everybody, who do you want to see next year? Of course, we saw that on the survey that went out a couple of weeks ago, but I thought it would be fun to just talk about it together on Reddit. So we're just going to dig through a couple of the top voted posts. So we'll start out with Disgusting Winch. They said they want to see King Gizzard, those 3 sets that we were robbed of this year. Also, Amel and the Sniffers. Have you heard of them before?
No. Is it Amel or Amal?
I'm not really sure, to be honest. But they're kind of a punk band from Australia. A lot of people thought that they were going to be on the lineup this past year. That didn't happen. So I think it's very possible we could have them in 26. I like them a lot. I listened to some of their stuff when it was rumored, and I really got into it because, of course, all the best bands from Australia. All right, another one is from Radiant Definition 623. Hello to them, by the way. Have you heard of Glass Beams? They call them Evil Krungben.
No, I have not.
All right, well, I want you to check this out because they're going to be at Halloween.
Okay, cool.
And you are going to be there. They're right. Radiant Definition is right that they are kind of like a different version of Krungben. They're kind of edgier. They have a little bit of a world music vibe. I think you'll dig it because I'm going to that show if you want to go with me. You had a comment on there too.
Okay, I said I was not prepared for Future Joy. They blew me away. I was actually responding to something that you wrote on there.
That is something I wrote.
If you would use regular Reddit, not old Reddit.
I like the old Reddit. I like the old Reddit better. The new one has like too much space on it. I got to scroll too much. The old Reddit, you
can kind of new Reddit in dark mode.
I refuse. I simply refuse.
Okay.
But yeah, I did love Future Joy. They were sweet as could be. They had fun music.
They were so amazingly nice.
Yeah.
Yes. So Pineapple 44 says, my evergreen answer to this question will always be My Morning Jacket.
Oh, yeah. I would happily have them there every year if we could. The last time was 23, I think. They had that late night show over at Witch, and they played that Kate Bush song. You know, that one that
Running
was
up the hill.
Yeah, the one from Stranger Things. They surprised everybody with that one. That was a good one. Gary Wisherman also wants 3 sets of King Gizzard.
Let me read this.
Yeah.
And someone said, "Didn't they just play?" And then someone replied, "They didn't play a single note this year."
King Gizzard, yeah. I wish they play. You know what sucks is that Friday, King Gizzard was probably also on the farm while we were there and didn't even get to do anything.
You think?
It's such a bummer
You don't
if you
know
think
that.
about
Yeah.
it. Another one is from Peter Pedalini. I hope I'm saying that right. They got a small list for us. Portugal the Man, Dr. Dog, Jamie XX, Joe Russo's Almost Dead, and Ott. Very much up my alley with all of those as well.
Dr. Dog would be amazing.
I would love them. I would love Jamie XX. And, of course, anything dead is always fun. Blurman is also voting for King Gizzard again. A lot of these are just kind of like repeated. A lot of the same bands that everybody wants to see. Of course, Tame Impala is up there. There's a lot of mentions of Jack White. Do you think Jack White would be happy to come in as a sub-headliner? I feel like he would have to be in that slot at this point.
I don't know. That's a great question.
I don't know. I would love to have him back. Evan is sitting there thinking right now he has a lot to say about that.
Yeah,
So
I was going to
we'll
say, that's an Evan question.
That's
That's an
an
Evan
Evan
and Skylar question.
Yeah, shout out to Evan. He got to be a photographer for a Jack White show here about a week or so ago, whatever it was. I'm still looking for those pictures. I don't think I've seen any of them yet. We need to have him on before too long. But yeah, also another one, friend of the show, you know who we are. Give Me 2 Beers says Orville Peck, Widespread Panic. Of course, he wants that. JJ Gray and Mofro, don't know them. The DC Trucks Band and Big Something.
Ooh, Big Something.
My
Ooh,
man has some
that'd
good
be
taste. But yeah, just wanted to give everybody a taste of what the community is looking for this year. Of course, we had that in the survey, but I think it's important for the community to know who is being voted for. I appreciate that Rue does the surveys and is listening to everybody, but it's kind of like a message in the bottle. Once we see it, the community doesn't see what everybody is voting for. That's kind of why I like to have those polls on the Rue Bus Instagram every now and then, so people can see the results and be like, oh, the rest of the community is thinking this or wants this. I think people have a right to know that,
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, just wanted to kind of take a look at that. I think Andrew and his crew are going to be doing the rumor and confirmation thread here in a couple of weeks. They'll start that. I know, as you can tell from last week's episode, they're already starting to dig into what we might have next year. So rumor season will be kicking into full gear before too long. And I think you can hear a little bit about what 26 might potentially look like on the What podcast. They had Brad and Corey on, so I want to give them a shout out as well.
Okay, Daniel, are you ready to list off our Patreons?
Yeah, we really should. And that's one reason I want to keep doing these episodes, so we can thank everybody and keep the train rolling for Totem. You guys really came through for us this year. Totem is in a very good place financially for being a small 501c3. We're able to accomplish everything we want and then some. If you came by our booth in Planet Rue this year, you saw everything that you contributed to, and I hope that you met some of our scholarship recipients. You put them there this year. So when you give like $10, give or take, to the Patreon every month, your money is going to things like that. You're helping us do something for the community. You're putting new people into the Rue community. So thank you so much. But anyway, Charlotte, let's go through the names.
Okay. Claire, Flossie and Benji, John, Lexi, Danny, Lisa, Butter Crew, Nick, Delaney, Molly, Brady, I Am Rave Dad, Taylor, Courtney, Casey with the Texas Rue Crew, Christy, Charmel, Jums, David and Aurora, Stringbean, Zach and Jeremy, Amber, Andrea, JB, Sam, Austin, James, Hygiene Queen, Dan, Ernst, Harris, Keith, Casey, Andrew, Nick, Maddie, Andrew, Kent and Emily, Randy, Madison, Bosco, Eric and Ben, Evan, Chloe, and Sean.
Thank you, everybody. Of course, it's at patreon.com/Rebus, and you can learn more about Totem at totemfnd.org. Every week when we go through that list of names, you go through somebody's name, and of course we know so many of these people, and it makes me think of something that's going on for them. You mentioned Sam. He's like kind of halfway through our list. He got to see Oasis in the past week or two. I got to talk with him about that. It's worth having him on the show about that before too long.
Didn't he see him in like Europe or something? Or did
I mean, they have only been playing in Europe to this point. They're about to come to the U.S.
That is amazing.
I mean, that's one of the blockbuster tours of the year. I think we got to talk with him about that before too long. So, Sam, if you're listening, I'd love to have you on for a bit on the show just to hear about how that went.
That is like insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I would have loved to have seen one of those shows, but they're not playing anywhere around here when they come to the U.S., and it's like ungodly expensive. I was kind of into Oasis in the late 90s and early 2000s, but not like hardcore into them. Yeah. I enjoy them and appreciate them, but it wasn't because I don't like them. I just, for whatever reason, never became
who wouldn't want to see Oasis?
Oh, I mean, I'd love to. I just, for whatever reason, I never became a hardcore fan. Just kind of a casual fan. It's not that I dislike them at all. They're cool.
I think you were more into U2.
Well, if you think about it, Oasis might technically be a little cooler, but that's a conversation for another day. I don't think Oasis is going to play the Sphere, or would they? That would be kind of cool. That would be worth going to. Anyways, thank you for dealing with our nonsense. All right, after the jump, you're going to hear a couple of the audio clips that I recorded from the farm back in June. We finally have the heart to put these together and look back fondly on the couple of days that we did have together. So again, you're going to hear my clips that I recorded this week, and next week you're going to hear Sharla's. So got some fun stuff for you there, and then me and Sharla will be back after that. All right, it is Tuesday of Bonnaroo, almost 2 o'clock. Technically, we're not even supposed to be here right now. And we took a little walk. I took Lacey over here to visit the Arch. And of course, the first camp I run into over here at the side is, where we at, guys?
Church Bonnaroo!
Now introduce yourselves. We're going around here.
Hi, I'm Blake.
Oh, what's the pineapple's name? I'm sorry.
This is Pineapple Cruz.
What? All right.
I'm Sean Kaufman.
I'm Nick.
I'm Josh.
Bonnadad.
Oh, hi, Daddy. All right, so now my question always has been, how do you guys always get this prime spot every year?
Teamwork.
Well, I know you're making the dream work, but what exactly are you doing? Like, how early are you getting here?
There's no secret to it. We get in Manchester on Monday.
Yeah.
We screw around for a while, and there's no real secret to it. If there was, we'd tell you. But
all right, we're back at camp. We're at the Monkey Bar, and we had a very cool visitor bring in a very cool project today. Introduce yourself, sir.
Hey there, my name is Caleb, and I'm with the Bonnaroo Yearbook team. And what I'm doing is I'm going around Bonnaroo and getting around 1,000 signatures over the 6 days that I'm here. And the idea is you can leave a sticker, a signature, a drawing, you name it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scan all the pages and turn it into a printed yearbook for the community. So if you go on BonnarooYearbook.com or visit us at Bonnaroo Yearbook on Instagram, you can check out the project. And I'm very excited for this year's book. It's going to be incredible. I mean, there's already been so many amazing contributions, and I can't wait to share it with the community.
So you've already been on like the What Pod before talking about this,
I
right?
have.
With Barry and Taco.
That's right.
So I want to hear more about like your story about this. Like, what gave you the idea to do this?
Yeah, so my first music festival was Coachella in 2019.
Yeah.
And I was kind of nervous meeting people. And I'll be really honest, I took Molly for the first time. And I just wanted to talk to people, and I didn't know how. So I had my book with me, and I said, do you want to sign my book, or do you want to write something in my book? And I got mixed reactions. Some people were like, why do you want me to write something in your book? What's it for? And other people were like, okay, I'll draw my name or something. But what ended up happening was someone said, oh, it's like your yearbook. That's so cute. And I went, oh, that's genius.
That was like, if it was a cartoon.
That was the light bulb.
Yeah,
moment that
exactly.
went
That's
over
what I was
my
going to
head.
say. Yeah.
That's exactly it. And so I wrote Coachella Yearbook in big letters. And I went around and said, do you want to sign the Coachella Yearbook? And people went, oh, I would love to sign the yearbook. You know, people immediately got the prompt. And so I said, for my next festival, I'm going to challenge myself and try and fill a whole book with signatures. And I did that for Lollapalooza. I accomplished my goal. I met so many amazing people, had so much fun. Someone said, make an Instagram page. And I said, okay, I'll make an Instagram for it and tag people. So that's what I did. And then I said, okay, my next Bonnaroo, or my next festival, I'm going to make a printed book, because this is just too cool not to like add in pictures and superlatives and make like an actual yearbook for the festival. And so I made a website and I prepped it all up, and people could pre-order one if they wanted a copy of it. And I added scans of all the pages, photos, superlatives. And then I said, you know what, I'm going to do this again. And I did it last year at Bonnaroo, and I'm here again doing it for my third year.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Well, I love this project. This is exactly the kind of thing that I personally have made a goal, for me to see more of in the community. I've been trying to encourage people, and I think you're doing a great job encouraging this. Because, you do this kind of thing, and you roll around like you just did and come in, it's like, hey, who wants to sign this thing? And everybody gets the idea really quickly.
Yeah.
I think you kind of plant a seed, a little bit like the movie Inception or something, where somebody gets the idea, like, oh, that's cool. I should do something, also with the community.
So many people say that they want to bring a yearbook and like create their own, and I highly encourage anyone who wants to do this as a way to meet new people at festivals, like, do it. Bring a journal, bring some good pens, test them out, make sure they're nice to write with, and go and ask people to get signatures. And I swear you will meet so many amazing people and have so many cool connections. It will open so many doors. It's an amazing thing to do.
Awesome, dude. Well, the Devil of Bonnaroo and his band is starting over there right now. They're probably going to crowd us out on the audio, so I think I'm going to go see them anyways, dude.
Amazing.
I promised Nick I'd come see him.
So good to talk to you about the project, and if you find the yearbook, make sure to sign it.
Awesome, bro. Thank you for coming down.
Absolutely.
I have a very good family friend here with me at the Monkey Bar right now. She used to live in Huntsville with us, but now you're down in, what town is it in Florida?
Melbourne, Florida.
I should know this. I've been there many times. I'm probably going to
visit all the time for work.
We're at Rue. Not every bit of info is directly accessible to my brain
This
right
is
now.
true. This is true.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I can even remember where I
Yeah,
live.
so y'all, this is Sage. She used to be in Huntsville. She's camping with us again. Thank you for helping me, or not me, but Catlo yesterday with the thing.
Yeah, no, that was such a fun experience and such a fun opportunity, and I've always wanted to perform at Bonnaroo, and so that was a really fun opportunity, and I love doing it with you.
You have had kind of like a I don't know if I want to call it a side hustle, but you've been doing a lot of vocal stuff down in Florida, right?
Yeah, I mean, I go to karaoke a lot, and I write some of my own music, but it's more just for me. I haven't really released anything yet.
I didn't even know you were writing your own stuff.
Yeah, it's more, if you guys have ever listened to Sea Rose or anything like that, it's kind of a more slow, indie, sad vibe.
Well, now, I knew that I wanted to do some live vocals here with my crazy stuff. And I went down to a karaoke thing with you at a place down in Melbourne. What was that place we went to?
Pineapples.
That was pretty cool. It was 2 or 3 stories.
Yep, so it's a 3-story restaurant, and the second floor has this place called the Moon Room. Every Wednesday they have karaoke and half-price drinks from 8 to 10. So.
All right. I hope they cut you a check for doing a promo for them like that. Yeah.
No, they should, honestly.
Yeah.
I'll talk to them about it later.
Okay. She knows the owner.
Right, yeah.
Okay. So it's been a few years since you've been here at Rue, right?
So it's been 2 years. I was supposed to come last year, but I had some unforeseen circumstances.
Yeah, I remember.
I wasn't feeling too well, but now I'm so happy to be back.
You're back on top now, right?
Yeah. This has been such an amazing experience, and just reminded me so much of why I love this place.
It is a place that kind of recharges you a little bit. We won't talk about it, but I know you've had some stuff happen. We've all had stuff happen. It's a place where it kind of reboots your brain a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it exhausts my body and it replenishes my spirit.
Well, yeah. It's not even that late on Thursday. It's about
it's
7.
literally Thursday. I'm I'm exhausted.
Well, listen, I got a kid. I'm making sure that it's staying in good shape. I don't know what your excuse is, man.
Oh, you know what? No, we were actually at the water slide and we ran into these 2 girls, and they were probably about Lacey's age, and they were
me and her went down too.
Oh, it's so fun. I got the whole weekend pass, and I'm going to go on it. They said they went on it 60 million times, so I got to try to...
Is that possible?
I don't think so. No, this other girl
80?
said 80,600 times or something like that.
We went down 4 times.
We went down twice.
Yeah. I was ready to keep going, But the line got too long, and I'm like, Lacey, I don't want to sit here in line all day.
There was no line when we were there, but these girls were just trying to take turns, and they were like, "Let's race now, go down with me," and they were adorable.
She
They
got
were so
mad
cute.
because I kept winning the race because
What?
I
It's
got
a
like
weight.
3 times her weight. Yeah.
No, one time I went up with one of the like younger girls, and I was like, "Do you want to race?" And she went, "Mm-mm."
No, that's not gonna work.
I was like, "That's okay, we don't have to."
I do like that they still to this day have all that extra fun stuff. You know.
Yeah, honestly, some of my favorite parts of Bonnaroo are not even necessarily like the music. It's just all the experiences and the water
Yeah.
slide and the.
Have you ever done the Ferris wheel?
Okay, I've done the Ferris wheel at like other festivals.
But not here.
No, I don't know. Maybe one time, but I just can't justify spending that money.
How much does it cost? I don't
I think
remember.
it's like $20 for one ride.
I think it might be cheaper than that.
Is it really?
I
If it's
did-
cheaper than $20, I'll do it.
Because I did it last year, and I don't remember it being that expensive. Now, there's a bit of a weird Easter egg if you go on top of the Ferris wheel. Now, first of all, the best time to do it is like at night when something crazy is happening at the other right below you.
Okay.
That is dope. Seeing like everybody partying underneath the lasers like from a big height like that.
I would assume you'd want to go at like sunset to see.
Ooh, I'd never done that. So like now,
Yeah, well,
we're at camp, not
we're
there.
kind of far away
Yeah.
right now, but there's always tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. But also, when you go up that high, when you get to the very top, you can see like the McDonald's arch over the trees in town.
No, you can't.
There's
You're
some people.
joking.
There's some people that refuse to do it because they're like, no, I don't want to see McDonald's. I don't
Because
want to
that's
see
the
the
reminder
yeah.
that the real world is
Yeah.
out there, and we're not there right now.
Somebody told me one time that like they went up there and they saw that and they thought like, oh, dope. There's a McDonald's booth at Bonnaroo, and they were looking for it.
Didn't we have a Cracker Barrel booth one
Yeah,
year?
it was right over here.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that was so good.
I missed that. They had breakfast for us every morning. I think that okay. I'm on the record as saying like I think there's some sponsors that don't make any sense here. Like
I
an
agree.
insurance company, that's stupid. That should
That
not
I
be
saw
here.
that
Yeah.
today, and I was so confused. I was like, why
Yeah,
is this
but
here?
Cracker Barrel makes perfect sense. They should
100%.
totally be here.
Especially in Tennessee, come on. Make people feel right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cracker Barrel.
yeah. Do you guys ever, is there like one place that you go to when you're on your way back from a road trip? You gotta stop at this like one restaurant? We go to Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, Cracker Barrel is certainly one. We got Pawpaw over here. Wait, we're gonna pass the real Southern test over here. Josh, does Cracker Barrel pass the vibe check?
Yes, it passes the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it
Absolutely.
still authentically Southern?
They're moving away from it. I could get very deep into the political climate of Cracker Barrel right
Oh,
now.
I was thinking about
with
that.
their new CEO
Yeah.
ruining it, but it's still Southern at heart.
Okay.
Yes.
Plus, they have mimosas now.
They do.
Yeah.
A lot of people were mad about that. I
I'm not.
I like having a Pabst at Cracker Barrel.
Why
It's
not?
great.
I bet
Yeah.
some people think that's like putting alcohol in the Magic Kingdom or something like that. I'm like, no, it's not
Wait,
right.
well, wait. Since we're on this, Josh, what are your go-tos for like chain places that everybody would know in the Deep South?
Oh, Waffle House, of course.
Well, duh.
3 a.m.
and then, okay, this is me and Sharla's place. Shoney's.
Shoney's.
I love Shoney's.
Oh,
Shoney's
yeah.
and Ruby Tuesday.
Ruby Tuesdays, headquartered where I live, actually.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yes.
In Knoxville.
Mm-hmm. Actually, specifically in Maryville, where I live.
Okay. I learned something new today.
I mean,
Are there? There's not that many Shoney's.
Cookout and Bojangles are two other southern
Look out.
Yeah.
staples. No, Shoney's they're going downhill quick.
Are they?
They are.
That sucks. We're all listen. The three of us are old enough to remember the Shoney's bear and getting those suckers out of the little thing that he was holding.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but me and Josh are old enough to remember when you could smoke in a Shoney's.
Yep.
Do y'all remember Quincy's?
Yes.
Yes, my mom worked at Quincy's.
Oh,
Yes.
they had the best rolls.
The rolls, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, here's a real Southern restaurant question. Maybe not all of you remember this place, but maybe all of us know of it. Lambert's near the beach in
Yes,
Foley.
in Foley,
Oh,
Alabama,
my
home of the throne rolls.
Yep.
Now I'm on the record for liking that place. I think I remember Sharla don't like
It's
it.
just a bunch of Cisco.
Wait, do you,
My dad loved that place.
I eat
Oh
my
my gosh.
worth in fried okra when I go.
yeah.
I love fried okra.
But it's not just the rolls. They'll come around with all kind
Oh,
of stuff.
yeah.
It's like, yeah, anything you want.
Would you consider Logan's Roadhouse to be like a Southern thing?
I don't know. We just started getting those where I live not long ago.
Really?
Yeah.
We would go to Logan's all the time in Huntsville growing up, but I don't know. I miss throwing peanuts on the floor.
My favorite chain steakhouse like that. Oh yeah, Texas Roadhouse. Longhorn.
Longhorn.
I think they got good steaks.
They got good steaks, and then you go to Outback for a bloomin' onion. Now I'm hungry, guys.
Kinda now. I wish that Cracker Barrel was still here.
I did have some pretty good buffalo mac and cheese today.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
From the
That
Loaded Back
well,
place.
let's spin it back to Bonnaroo then. Like, what's been a good food vendor you've had here so far?
That's actually the only thing I've had so far.
Yeah.
I had mac and
haven't
cheese,
eaten
too.
food yet this weekend.
You haven't eaten food?
Not really.
You haven't known the taste of food?
I've had a couple Pop-Tarts.
Oh, thank you for bringing that for everybody, by the way. That's great, man.
We were at Where in the Woods last night, and we got mac and cheese, but it was like, I said, I don't know if I want spicy or sweet. Should I get bourbon mac and cheese or this like drunken
Bourbon.
spicy mac and cheese? And he said, let's do both, and mixed them together for me.
Was it good?
It was so good. It was the perfect like creamy cheesiness, sweet and spicy, but not too overwhelming. It
Now-
hit the spot.
Wait, speaking of food, Lacey just got her something. What are you eating there, Lacey? What is that? Bring it in here. Did you get another? What is that? Tell everybody. Grilled cheese. I'm proud of her. She ate a whole spicy pie today, crust and all.
Ooh.
But you got the regular cheese, right? Big cheese. Ate the whole thing. It was good. All right, guys. I don't know how we got into the subject of all the food, but I'm okay with it. All right, happy Roo.
Happy Roo.
All right, so good to hear from everybody.
Yeah, it was bittersweet hearing all
Yeah.
that because in those clips we don't know what's coming really.
Right, exactly.
We think we have a whole weekend ahead of us, so it's still tough to listen to that from that perspective. But anyway, I think you had one more thing you want to talk about. I heard about this earlier, and it's honestly kind of batshit insane. So why don't you tell everybody else?
So you guys know how in the spring, before you go to Bonnaroo, in the spring, early summer, whatever, you'll start having these Bonnaroo panic dreams.
Yeah.
I've already started having the Bonnaroo panic dreams.
I mean, how many months have we got to go until 26?
A long time. So I had a dream last night that they all of a sudden decided to have Bonnaroo in October, like this October, and they just announced it. Like they just put it out
So you
like,
got 2
hey,
months.
we're having
Get
a
ready."
Bonnaroo redo in October. And when you bought your camping, you weren't buying like a camping spot. You were buying like a bed at Bonnaroo. And so everybody like worked real hard and we all got our stuff together and we went to Bonnaroo and it was like we were there and Redaroo was there and Redaroo had a bus.
The Redaroo
And it was,
bus?
yes, it was so much cooler than our bus and it slept like 20 people.
See, that doesn't sound that fun to me. Having like 10 bunk beds in one bus, that's going to get stanky
No,
quick.
it was like this huge bus. It was super cool. And anyways, you had to like, everybody got a locker and like their own bed at Bonnaroo. And you had to like, the lockers were like right before you go into Centeroo. But you had to go into this long ass tunnel to get from like where the camping was to Centeroo. And like you had to walk through this big old tunnel. And there was also like a haunted house there. And like I went into the haunted house with like a bunch of like Redaroo people and we were all hanging out and having a good time. But then I couldn't figure out how to get out of the haunted house.
I think you were thinking about Hulu.
Oh, no, Christy was there. Cosmic Christy was there.
Of course she was.
Yes, and she was in the haunted house. And it was her and Sage was there. Our friend Sage was there.
What? That's funny. One of the interview clips was with her.
They were like, oh, just follow me. We'll get you out. And there were like beds inside the haunted house. And I was like, oh, that's so crazy. What if you had to have a bed in here and people were just going through this haunted house all night?
So you think that'd be cool, but after one night you'd hate it.
Oh, yes. No, I would absolutely hate that. But that's basically it. Yes. So
All
the
of my
panic dreams
dreams-
are already happening. Oh, no. I
my
was
gosh.
running out of the tunnel too. That was it.
Oh.
Yeah. So the panic dreams are already happening.
All of my dreams are just like little vague memories or like pictures or whatever. They're never as specific or vivid as yours.
Oh, I have crazy vivid dreams.
When I have a Bonnaroo dream, for some reason, the whole grounds are always like super hilly. You know, when you actually go to the farm, everything is pretty much flat. But in my dreams, it's more of like hills like you would see in the rest of Tennessee. I don't know why.
Oh, you
Why am I
sang.
thinking
No, there's always hills.
Yeah.
There's always hills.
I think in one dream, I was riding a skateboard with big wheels down the hill to go to a show. I don't know why. Does that say something about me? Do your dreams say something about you? Or is it just like your brain firing on all cylinders?
Probably that, but some people think your dreams mean things.
I don't know what I feel about it. But I do think you were thinking about the haunted house because you're starting to think about going to Hula Wing with your friends.
Maybe.
We'll see about that. But yeah, I would be interested to hear what other people dream about when it comes to these kind of things, especially the panic dreams when you're like a month out and you're always thinking about like, oh, I got to get this thing. I got to do this thing. That makes you have your brain go in some weird directions sometimes. It's happened to me.
For sure.
But anyways, guys, thank you for bearing with us this week. I hope you enjoyed those clips. It is kind of bittersweet. We'll be back next week with Sharla's clips, and we might even have some new clips because I'm going to Atlanta next week to go hang with the Atlanta contingent of our crew. I think we're going to see a free moon taxi show and then get into whatever Maddie and Shayna and Andrew and maybe Mitchell want to get into. Who knows with that group over there. It's always fun to be ATL ho with them. But anyways, we'll see you next week for more fun stuff like that. Till then, get out there and radiate positivity. We'll see you soon.
Bye.